just a quick knowledge is on aristocracy, because people generally, or certainly the hex, would lead you to think that we do not live in an aristocracy, but we live in a democracy. But in actual fact, we live in an aristocracy. And as you see here, it means rule of the best. Aristos, best, in the kratos, power, strength. So it's, you're being ruled by an aristocracy, form of government that places power in the hands of a small number, right, who consider themselves the best and higher than everybody else, right? But people, of course, are led to believe via hex and news and crap like that this is a democracy, right? And as you see, the concept evolved in ancient Greece, another Masonic code word. So basically evolved out of Freemasons. A council of leading citizens was commonly empowered. And these are the people who, are in charge, right? And in general, people's idea is that aristocracy is a bunch of posh people, right? Who basically you're lucky enough to have houses and all that handed down to them, right? And they think that obviously these people have got any political power or anything, right? But as you say, it's about a form of government. So aristocracy is actually a form of government, right? So this is higher form of government than actual government. That's obviously broadcast through the media, right? But there's no broadcasting about these people and what they do. These are actual people who rule, right? So democracy, democracy is ruled by the mob type of idea, which is, hex, it's actually an aristocracy, see? Ruling class, the aristocrats, conceived as the ruled by the best qualified citizens. So who's like I say, this is Masonic type of code, so who's, seeing that the best qualified citizens are these people, like we. Of course, it's hereditary, it's a form of hereditary, which means it's handed down. So the power, the governing is handed down from one generation to the next, which is ridiculous, because you could have someone who's mental or something, they literally, insane or something and off their rocker, and they're unfit to make judgments, right, in charge. You got this type of hereditary rule system, so it just opens the door to corruptions, which obviously we see that it is corrupt, So you've got, you could have simpletons, idiots, inbreds, actually in charge of your society and all that. And what you've actually got now is someone not far from that, So as you see, this democracy idea is garbage. So you've got monarchy and you've got aristocracy, right? Since being contrasted with democracy, i.e. since they built up all the media, they've created the democracy idea, which is a load of crap, it's a load of rubbish. It's not worth a piss, What it is aristocratic rule. Right? Hereditary system of, these people, right? As you see, contrast with the Senate idea. It's the same type of idea as the Senate in the Roman idea, right? Certain men distinguished from the rest. So you see what I mean? These become the ruling class and the real governors, and not the basically the actual what they call government is show business, as I say, show business for ugly people, you know. It's not making decisions. These are the ones who are making actual decisions about everything. These are the rulers of the countries. Aristocracy hasn't gone. This one was well known. The France was well known for having a republic where they guillotined the aristocrats and got rid of aristocratic rule. That had to be a hex, you know. It was a hex to make people think that if that's done, it just works out the same as if they're still there. You know, the guillotine was a type of guilt trip. You know, and that was just a sort, you know, as the hex was to say that if you do things like that, it's just more bad for the people who do the violence, but you end up with just the same system, which you wouldn't have the same system basically if you had a real republic, you know. You wouldn't at all. That's just hex, you know, put in. So when you have this nobility idea, right, you know, born is good, right? Born is good. The good, you know, the good and the great. 7-7, right? You know, like the making good men better, you know, so it's Masonic, basically. You know, the Masonic system serves these. Of course, noblesse, you know, noblesse like the eunuch, right? French, it's noblesse, you know, it's noblesse. So it's like, noblesse, you know. You see plenty of every place has their little nobilities and aristocracies that rule the countries, right? So you're talking about a handful of families ruling every single country. Yeah, so the idea of the democracy is just total shit. You know, rule of the mob. No, you know, it's a con. You see these interesting quotes read by this H.L. Mencken. As democracy is perfected, the office of president represents more and more closely the inner soul of the people on some great and glorious day. Again, GG770. The plain folks of the land will reach their heart's desire at last, and the White House will be adorned by a downright moron. So it's the whole purpose is the dumbing down. You know, democracy is about the dumbing down of the people. Right? And look at the sort of people that you've had recently, like Richard Sunak. You know, these were morons. You know, these were idiots. And the one that's in now, the Stormer, you know, these are like complete idiots, like, you know, thick. You know, because if you remember, like the past ones, like David Lloyd George or something like that, they were all intellectual sort of heavyweights, you know, that could debate and talk in these sort of grand manners and all this. And the ones you got now are just like morons, like, you know, complete imbeciles, basically. So this is the democratic system, is to represent, like, is the dumb doing the people, right? And it's all that they were dumbing down the people, the populace, right? This keeps the aristocratic system going from strength to strength, right? You know, obviously that the aristocratic ways are very far from the daily life of a normal person, you know. The kids good at eating, or harrows, or rugby, or something like that, right? They didn't mix with the high polloi and the normal people, the peasants at the bottom, right? So the whole democratic thing is for mob rule, which is brought down to the lowest common denominator. The thicker the populace gets, right, the more the democratic system reflects that. So it's a complete con job, like, you know. Now obviously this democracy idea is supposed to be based on demnos, which is Greek for the people's rule or something, right? But obviously you've got comparison with demon, which is all about the evil spirits, right? To possess people. So again, you're back to this voodooistic way, what they have of hexing people. The whole democracy idea. It's to deal with evil spirits, it's the hex system, isn't it? Fill the people with evil spirits and all that. It's a complete corrupted filth, and not worth a piss, the democracy. We've worked and worth a piss, Especially if you're not Masonic, maybe, read if you're Masonic and in the Masonic brotherhoods and that, maybe they count your word, right? But even if they weren't getting the desired result, what they wanted, they'll just fix it anyway, So it's really not worth a piss, Never was, essentially, like. With this stuff all centered around the Greek idea. What we get from the Greek idea, the Kalurgis, the Kalurgi plan. EU Kalurgis. Which is the deal with the ruling aristocracy, they read the book and that. So you see what I mean? This ancient Greek thing is very much to do with it, aristocrat, democrat, this type of stuff. It's always been the plan. When was this cool North Kalurgi plan made about 1920 or something, or even before it was about before 1900 or something, really. So it's always been the long-term plan. The democracy itself it's been a hoax, cover up for ruled by the aristocrats, which again can't be translated into the Jews, basically. Supposedly have their origins in Greece. Yeah, 777 code, really. First Japanese people to immigrate to Europe. Of course, Japan was very much involved in hex with the nuclear bomb hex. An eastern connection into the European Union. So he told this Kalurgis family was involved in Europe, had relationship with Richard Wagner, his Chopin, lots of famous type peoples, and one of them was in an Austrian House of Lords. So you see what I mean? You hear me at Germany. So basically very big for all of Europe. And two families united on 27th of June. Venice, everything. Of course, it's supposed to be European integration, but what's it integrating with? It's integrating it with India, Pakistan, Africa, and all places like that. It's not, when this EEC thing first come about, people thought that it was the day with integrating Europe, joining all the European countries together, but it wasn't. It was about disunifying them, like World War II.